The Chronicle Crusade begins, and the question is, do we reset everything or keep pushing forward? Hello YouTube, Liquid Dream here with another episode of my Holy Grail journey. So after a bit of back and forth, thinking about how I actually want to approach this next chapter, I decided we're not starting from scratch. The progress continues, the grind continues, and we're still tracking everything through the Maxroll website. The journey has evolved, but the mission stays the same. Now before we dive into the finds, let's quickly talk about something that's been making a lot of noise lately. The Warlock changes on the PTR. And look, first things first, this is PTR only, it's PC only, and things could still change. But honestly, a lot of this feels like it's heading in the right direction. The shard drop rate's getting bumped up, massive win. Being able to actually choose your terror zone instead of chasing them every 30 minutes, it's a huge quality of life improvement for me. No more forcing yourself into a zone your build just isn't ready for, just because RNG said so. Now the Herald situation, well, that's a bit of a mixed bag. The first two feel great, quick, efficient, rewarding, but the rest are still dragging on a bit too long for what they give back. Diminishing returns definitely creep in there. And yeah, some of the nerves were absolutely needed, even though, let's be honest, skills like Hex Purge still feels a little bit spicy. But we'll see how it all plays out. But you know what? Enough of all that, and let's get into it. So we're kicking things off at the Ariat Plateau, farming none other than Thresh Socket. Now, I mentioned this in a Diablo Finest group and said jokingly that Thresh is basically the new Pindle. And yeah, I got corrected real quick. Apparently, he always was. And honestly, they weren't wrong. The loot table is incredibly similar, and once terrorized, it just turns into absolute chaos in the best possible way. So here we are running him down quickly, quick kills efficiently, farming, and then suddenly a nice drop. It's not going to carry into the end game, but for mid-game melee builds, especially something aggressive, it absolutely has its place. And just like that, item number 443 drops, and it's Cranebeak. Now we shift over to the barracks, and if you spent any time here, you already know this place can get nasty. Black roads everywhere, tight corridors, and just enough chaos to keep you on your toes. Not quite Stygian dolls, not quite glomes, but still very capable of ruining your day if you're not paying attention. And look, the grind to 99, the Grail completion, it takes you places like this. Places you don't always want to be, but sometimes with real life going on, work, family, everything else, you just take a terror zone, you can make most of it. Back in the day, this item would be really good. Still, Blackleech Blade goes up on the Grail and it counts. Alright, now this is where things get interesting, because after all the talk, I finally did it. I made an assassin. Now I know that might sound strange, but I genuinely never crafted a mosaic before, ever. So here we are diving into the tower, throwing traps around, everything exploding. Leveling feels easy, and honestly, it's kind of refreshing. We track down the counters. She puts up the usual resistance, but nothing too serious. And then she drops something small, fast, and low level. Let's be honest, it gets replaced really quickly. A decent rare can outclass it none long after, even upgraded. Its usefulness is questionable. Still, early game would do its job. Now this one Tristram, and I've said it before, this is one of my favorite zones in the entire game. Not just for the farming potential, although it absolutely has it, but for what it represents. This is where it all starts. Questionable internet, this was the gateway into the ARPG world. Well, here I am fighting a bunch of skeletons, and out of nowhere they drop something that's very, very unique. A diadem. We all know what it is. Now what role do we get? It is obviously Griffin's Eye, and oh look, this is actually not bad. Well, with that bombshell, all too soon, that brings us to the end of another video. Some fantastic finds this episode and a couple of solid Chronicle additions, some nostalgic moments, and of course a massive highlight right here at the end. And just like that, the Chronicle Crusade has officially begun. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what has been your best find lately. We're so close now to hitting that 100 subscriber goal, and honestly, every single one of you hitting that button means more than you can probably realize. What started as just documenting a journey has turned into something way bigger, a drive to improve, to learn more, and to create better content every single episode. And we're only just getting started. Until next time, peace out YouTube, and may Lady Luck be on your side.